in between quadratic and biquadratic. So here you have the coefficient of x square, or basically here you have power, even powers only, right? So there is no x cube, there is no x. Just remember this. The expression should be clearly in this form, entirely in this form. Then we'll apply. So what we'll do in this situation is we'll try to convert the expression in the denominator in this form, that is x plus 1 by x square or x minus 1 by x whole square. And how we have to do is, first of all, we have to divide the expression, that is numerator as well as the denominator, by x square, right? By dividing it with x square, then we'll try to convert the denominator in this form, right? And this one question on this type we have already done in substitution actually. So let us try to solve a few more questions based on this, right? So let us try to cover this, and then we'll try to solve a few questions based on what we have just studied, that form. So here also you can have these kind of form where you have a function of ax plus b divided by cx plus d. So this is linear and it is having any power, let us say a by n, right? So you directly substitute whatever there is the rational, or whatever there is radical term, you directly substitute that ax plus b divided by cx plus d as t raised to power n, right? So here what you are having is x plus 2 upon 2x plus 3 raised to power half, right? So whatever there is a term, radical term, maybe the power is, let us say 2 by 5, right? So what you will do is you will substitute this expression x by 2, 2x plus 3 directly as equal to nothing but t square, so that it will come out of the root, right? And there is 1 by x already. So what you will do is you will calculate the value of x from here in terms of t, right? And then you will differentiate this. So whatever expression will come out to be, that will come out in the term of t only, right? So the problem will be solved, because if you look here, the radical term will be free. So you will have the polynomial terms only. So that will be easier for you to calculate and solve. Fine. So in this expression, what is there will be nothing but, you will have x in terms of t. Let us say this is coming out to be in terms of t. Fine. And also the derivative, that will also come out in terms of t. So what you will do is you just remember this, that is you just have to substitute this part in terms of the power, which makes it come out of the radical term. Fine. So we'll move on to the questions that we are to do, the form that we have earlier studied, the previous one. So we will move on to that. So finally, here we are having is these forms, right? So you can clearly see the importance of dividing by x square and then converting the expression in x plus 1 by x whole square or x minus 1 by x whole square. So you can do it either way. So just try it out. So I'll ask any one of you, just try to reach till the final solution if possible in this time. Okay, I'll do the first one. You just try out the second one, right? So if we divide this by x square, so this will be nothing but 1 upon 1 plus 1 by x square divided by, so okay, let us move on to the page. So here we are having, okay, fine. So we'll divide this and we'll get 1 plus 1 by x square. In the denominator, it was, let us check what was there in the denominator. It was x raised to power 4 plus 1, I think. So it was x raised to power 4 plus 1. Okay. So let us, oh yes, it is x raised to power 4 plus 1. So it will be nothing but x square plus 1 by x square, right? So we'll bother about the expression. We'll try to put up the integration sign and dx afterwards. So now for this to be whole square, it will be nothing but 1 plus 1 by x square is already there. So here we will have, we can add 2 or we can subtract 2 x square plus 2 minus 2. So this you can easily say is converted to 1 plus 1 by x square divided by here we have the expression x plus 1 by x, or if you try to see, we will convert this in the form of x minus 1 by x, because the derivative of x minus 1 by x is actually 1 plus 1 by x square, right? So we have both the options in fact here. So we'll try to explore the option that is helpful for us. So it will be x minus 1 by x whole square. So here we will be left with plus 2, right? Now what you can do is you can say x minus 1 by x equals t. Then you will get 1 plus 1 by x square dx as dt. So the entire expression will get converted to, this is 1 upon, so this is t square plus root 2 square because there was 2 and dt. So the entire expression is converted to this now. And this we already know, we have many times studied that this is nothing but 1 by a tan inverse x by a. Or here we have t, so t by a. We'll substitute t is this, right? So we'll try to convert into the standard forms and then we'll try to proceed. So the second part is also similar to this. So let us move on to the second part. So what does the second part say? So second part is nothing but, here we have 1 upon x raised to power 4 plus 1. So try to do the second part. I'll ask each one of you. So what we'll do in the second part, because there is no x square in the second part actually, in the numerator. Yes, Arin, Freya, Ananya. So if there is no x square, we'll introduce x square, right? We can do x square minus x square. So we can do this. Let's try to see how we'll try to proceed. Okay, so no one wants to answer. Let me just give you the hint. So what we'll do is, see, what we can say is we can have x square minus x square. But here, if you try to do x square minus x square, it will be 0, right? But we need to have 1 here. So what we'll do is we'll try to introduce half, and then we'll have here 2. So x raised to power 4 plus 1 dx. So 2 will help us to accommodate x square. And how? So let us see here. So half, what you can do is x square plus 1 divided by, right? And then you can say plus 1 minus x square upon, right? Because this expression is nothing but 2 by this, right? This is same as this. So right, this part we have already done. This is the first part, right? So here also you'll divide by x square and you will convert this expression into x plus 1 by x square, because its derivative is 1 minus 1 by x square, which will come out to be after dividing both numerator and denominator by x square, right? So you can proceed afterwards like this, right? So in these kind of problems, whenever you have a quadratic or the power x square in the numerator and you have x raised to power 4 or terms of x square in the denominator, always proceed by this procedure. Fine. So let us now try to take a look at another form where we have linear and quadratic in the denominator, right? So just try to see the substitution that we have to make. So whatever, whenever you get this type of form, just try to substitute this. So always remember, when Q is linear, right? When Q is linear, irrespective of P is linear or quadratic, always substitute Q as T square, right? Whenever Q is linear, that is whatever is inside the root is linear. And when Q is quadratic and P is linear, right? When Q is quadratic and P is linear, put P equals 1 by T. So P is the entire function, entire linear function. So put the entire linear function as 1 by T. But when you have P and Q both quadratic, so you put X equals 1 by T, right? So this is a difference. Here you have to put the entire linear function as 1 by T, but when both are quadratic, you have to put just X equals 1 by T. Then the expression you will get will be in the integrable form, right? So let us try to solve few examples on this. So here we have this. So I will ask any one of you, just try to tell me the substitution. That's it. In the first, second, or third part, what will we substitute? We have just now seen this substitution. Yes, who will tell? See, inside the root we have linear. Yes, Arun.
Sir, x minus 1 will take as t square.
Yes, we can take it as t square or t just, right? You can take both ways. So x, you can put x minus 1 as t also, right?
Okay.
So we'll take this as t. So you can take t square because you will get this out of the root, right? So because we have to make adjustment with the x plus 2 as well. So right, we'll substitute x minus t 1 as t square only. Okay, now Arun, you tell me about the second one also.
Second one.
First of all, convert the second one in the standard forms that we have just now studied, right? Try to convert that. Then we'll try to substitute. So anyone else would like to tell about the second one? Just try to divide and multiply by root x. So it will become x upon root x. Now we have a linear inside the root into 1 plus x, right? Dx is already there. Okay, let's forget dx for a while. So now what we can do, we can add and subtract 1 so that we get rid of 1 by x. So it will be nothing but x plus 1. So the first one will be 1 upon root x minus, so x plus 1 is gone. So I'm left with 1 by root x into 1 plus x, right? Now the first part we can easily integrate. In second part, again we have linear inside the root. So we'll substitute the linear whatever is inside the root as t square. And then we'll proceed. So you can convert this in the form that is integrable, or that is in the standard forms that we have studied, right? So you can do the first one and second one in this way. अब बात करते हैं थर्ड की. तो थर्ड में कोई बताएगा क्या करना है? थर्ड में तो बहुत सिंपल है. देखो ये क्वाड्रेटिक है और ये लीनियर है. तो मैंने बताया था कि whenever there is linear inside the root, irrespective of कि बाहर क्या है, ठीक है जी, हमेशा क्या लेना है, उसी लीनियर को आप टी स्क्वायर मानोगे. x इक्वल्स टी स्क्वायर. ठीक है. तो थर्ड वन में थोड़ा सा एक स्टेप आगे कर लेते हैं. तो dx क्या हो जाएगा जी? 2t dt. ये हो जाएगा आपका dx. तो अब देखो कैसे कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा हमारे पास. थर्ड वन की बात कर रहे हैं. तो थर्ड वन विल बिकम नथिंग बट dx will become 2t dt. So here I have 2t dt, and x square is nothing but t raised to power 4 plus 1, and root x is t. तो हमारे पास आ गया 2 अपॉन t raised to power 4 plus 1 dt. ये क्वेश्चन हमने अभी अभी किया है. ठीक है. तो वी कैन इंटीग्रेट दिस आफ्टरवर्ड्स. ये जस्ट अभी किया है हमने पिछले वाले क्वेश्चंस के साथ. प्लस 1 माइनस 1 2 करके, एंड देन एक्स स्क्वायर माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर, राइट. तो ये तीनों पार्ट भी हमारे हो चुके हैं. Let us now come to the trigonometric function. This is very, very important. This is simple yet important because these are frequently asked in IITJ exams. तो यहाँ पे देखो, what we have is ऊपर क्या है हमारे पास constant है. Just try to see the type that we are having. ऊपर हमारे पास क्या है, constant है, and in the denominator we are having the cos x and sin x. So just look at the last function, right? This is the most general one of all three. The last one. जो लास्ट वाला है हमारे पास. ठीक है. वी कैन हैव दिस हैज कॉमन एक्स स्क्वायर वाई स्क्वायर, राइट. सो हम यहाँ पे आ जाते हैं. ये रहा हमारे पास लास्ट फंक्शन. तो इसमें क्या होगा, a 0 हो जाए या b 0 हो जाए, ठीक है जी, या c 0 हो जाए, तो इट विल फॉर्म दिस काइंड ऑफ पर्टिकुलर फंक्शंस. बट रिमेंबर दिस वन इज द जनरल वन. Always what you have to do is just convert the sin x or cos x in the half angle in terms of tan. You already know the formula. Sin x equals tan x by 2 tan x by 2 upon 1 plus tan square x by 2, and cos x equals 1 minus tan square x by 2 and 1 plus tan square x by 2. Then after substituting, what you have to do is just substitute tan x equals t or z, right? तो बस आपको यही करना है. You always have to convert the cos and sin in the half angle in terms of tan. That's it. So let us try to solve this one. This is very simple, right? So convert this quickly in terms of the half angle of tan. तो अभी जो sin x का फॉर्मूला अभी हम लोगों ने किया है, तो जस्ट ट्राई टू कन्वर्ट, सब्स्टिट्यूट दैट डायरेक्टली. So we have 4 plus sin x, 5 sin x. So we are having 1 upon 4 plus 5 sin x dx. We'll try to convert this in terms of 10. तो हमारे पास क्या आ जाएगा 1 upon 4 plus. So here nothing but 5 to 10 x by 2 will be there. So let us write down 10 directly. 5 into 2. 10 of x by 2. And then divide by, it will be 1 plus 10 square x by 2. Right? And dx is already there. We can divide and multiply 1 plus 10 square x by 2. So finally we'll have 1 plus 10 square x by 2. And here we are having 4 plus 4 10 square x by 2 plus 10 of x by 2. And yes, we have dx. तो अब देखो ये 1 plus 10 square x by 2 is nothing but sec square x by 2. तो ये जो पूरी कहानी है, this is entirely nothing but sec square x by 2. So this is sec square x by 2. So now what we'll do is we'll put this 10x by 2 as equal to t. So this will be nothing but sec square x by 2, right? And half will come dx equals dt. So finally this will get converted into, so this is nothing but sec square x by 2 dx equals 2 dt. And finally we will have 4 plus 4t square plus 10t. So this is the expression. And so this has been converted into the standard expression that we were having, right? So we can convert this into the perfect square, and then we can use the standard formulas that we have studied, right? So let us go back to more forms of trigonometric integrals. So this is what I have done the question. So in the next one, so just try to see, I'll ask you what you have to do in the questions. So let us try to first of all understand the type. So this is the type that we are having. See, in the last one, we were having a constant in the numerators, right? But here we are having some function of, let us say, sin x or cos x. So here also, the most general one is the last one, right? So most general one is the last one. So now, in the last one, we have both the terms of sin x and cos x, right? So just try to see both the steps, step 1 as well as the step 2. So if you look at the step 1, it says that put numerator equals a times the denominator plus b times the derivative of the denominator, right? Now, we have already done this type of thing in the algebraic expressions that we were doing, if you remember, right? When we had the quadratic upon under root quadratic or quadratic upon quadratic, right? So we were doing the same thing. So we were having a numerator as a times the denominator plus b times the derivative of the denominator, right? And there will be plus some constant if required. Let us say lambda, right? Then we'll try to equate the coefficients, and then we'll easily find out the value of a, b, or c, or how many number of variables are involved, right? So let us try to solve 1 or 2 questions based on this. Just try to remember the type that we are having, right? So try to solve the first one. So in the first one, you will tell me about the coefficients or the constant that are involved, right? So I'll write down the expression for you. So it is nothing but, let us say we have this expression. So we have 3 sin x plus 2 cos x, that is equal to some constant into the denominator plus 2 sin x plus some constant into, we have the derivative of this. So minus 3 sin x, and we'll have plus 2 cos x, right? And there is no need of any constant because only the terms of cos x and sin x are involved. So there is no need of the constant. So just try to figure out and tell me the value of a and b here. Yes, Freya, Prabhakar, Anya, Aren, and the rest of you. Try to find out the value of a and b. Just match the coefficients. So here cos x will be from here and here, right? So here we have 3a plus 2b cos x. Then you will have 2a minus 3b sin x. So this will be equal to coefficient of cos x. This will be equal to coefficient of sin x, right? So try to tell me the value for both of them. Yes, any one of you have got the value? They will be coming in fractions, so don't worry about that. Just tell me the value that you are getting. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, fine. So just check it out whether the value of a is correct or not. So 12 by 13 is for the a, and for b it is minus 5 by 30, right? So when it is being converted into this, so it is very, very simple, right? Because it is nothing but you have to divide this whole expression by the denominator. That's it. So this will get converted into, this expression will get converted into, here we have a plus b times, let us say here we have f dash x, and the portion was fx, right? Plus 1 upon 3 cos x plus 2 sin x. That was fx, right? So we have to integrate this. Now see all the terms one by one. This is constant, we can integrate it very easily, right? And this is of the form, you take fx as t, it will become f dash x dx will become dt. And this is this form that we have just now studied, that is change it into the half angle in terms of the tan, right? And then proceed. So this is of the same kind. So the second also is similar to this, right? Convert cot x into cos x by sin x. So this will come out to be sin x upon 3 sin x plus 4 cos x, right? And then we can do it in the similar way that we have done the first one. Fine. So you have to remember the patterns that are there, that are involved in these problems. So try to check about the this problem, right? So here you have to introduce the constant, that is 3 cos x plus 2 is equal to a times sin x plus 2 cos x plus 3 plus b times its derivative, that is cos x minus 2 sin x plus some constant, let us say c or lambda. So if we are taking a, b, then let us say take it as c, right? So from this we will try to find out the value of a, b and c. Just compare the coefficients and then you'll get, so like we have done in the last one, right? So we'll compare and then we'll find it out the remaining part. So it will be nothing but for sin x, here we have a and here we have minus 2b. So a minus 2b for sin x, and cos x, from the first one we have 2a, then plus b cos x, then we have plus 3a plus c, right? So this will be the coefficient of sin x, which is nothing but 0. This will be coefficient of x, which is 3 on the left hand side, and this is nothing but 2. So find out the value of a, b, c, and then proceed, right? We have introduced constant because there is constant here. So in general, introduce constant always, right? It will come out to be automatically 0 if it is coming out to be, right? If there is no need for this, it will automatically coming out to be 0. So always try to introduce this constant. So here, anyone can find out the value for this, a, b, and c? Ananya, Arun, Freya, all of you can try. Try to find out the value of, okay, fine. So yes, Freya.
So A 6 by 5, B 3 by 5.
B is 3 by 5.
So C nikaliye abhi.
Okay, fine. So yes, Prabhakar, have you found out the value of C?
Sir, minus 8 by 5.
Minus बिल्कुल सही है, एकदम correct. तो यहाँ पे हमारे पास क्या आ चुका है, -8/5. ठीक है, तो this will get converted into the same expression that we have just now done. That is the constant, the derivative and the function and this term, right? So this will get converted into this. So then we can easily integrate this, right? So let us try to understand this last form in the trigonometric expressions. So see here what we are having, earlier we were having the linear function of sin x and cos x, right? But now what we are having is we have sin square x and cos square x, fine. So what we are going to do in such situations, so all of you just try to see this, all these expressions, right? In every one of these expressions, we are going to substitute the same thing, right? Divide the denominator and numerator by cos square x, or what you can say, multiply the the denominator and the numerator by sec square x. Then replace sec square x with, if any, in the denominator by 1 plus tan square x, so that everything is getting converted into tan, right? So what we are going to do is we will substitute tan x st, so that sec square x dx will get converted into dt, right? This substitution reduces the integral in this form. So let us try to see a few examples based on this one, right? So देखो अभी हमने क्या किया यहाँ पे, we have divided both sides by cos square x, or you can say we have multiplied both sides by sec square x, right? So what we can do is we can write this down as sec square x, ठीक है जी, and then cos square x into sec square x will be nothing but 1, right? And sin square x into sec square x will be tan square x. So I can write it down as 3 tan square x plus 8 plus sec square x. So this step also said wherever you have a sec square x, convert that into the form of tan, right? That is in this step. Wherever you have this sec square x, if there is an in the denominator, convert it into 1 plus tan square x, right? So it will come out to be sec square x divided by 3 tan square x plus 8 plus 1 plus tan square x. So finally, we will have sec square x upon 4 tan square x plus 9. अब देखो हम sec, अब देखो जो यहाँ पे अगर हम tan x को t ले लेंगे तो it will get converted into dt. तो यहाँ पे आ जाएगा हमारे पास dt upon 4t square plus 9. तो अभी भी क्या हो गया, स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट हो गया, which was also said here कि this integral will get reduced to this form. तो हो गया reduce यहाँ पे, ठीक है जी. So similarly you can do the last part as well, right? So if you try to see, there are things, or there are substitutions, there are many substitutions, right? If you try to make substitution, there are a lot of substitutions in the integration, in the indefinite integration actually, right? So you just have to look into the question, and then you have to understand what are the substitutions that you are going to do. And if you have these forms coming out, so you know the formula for these forms, right? So now you can easily solve the last one, that is the fourth one, fine. So in the fourth one also, we'll try to again go by the same way that we have understood about, let us say this one, right? So now, similarly, you'll do this one as well. Just try to remember the formulas that we have done and the standard forms that we have covered in today's class. So most of the things here for the indefinite integrals have been covered for you. So there is a test for you tomorrow, right? The module test. So all of you, best of luck for tomorrow's test, right? So whenever you attempt the questions, just try to understand, just take an overview of the paper in the first 1 or 2 minutes, right? And then pick up the easy questions first, then try to do those questions, so that it will be like you will gain some confidence, and then you can solve those questions also, which will be the remaining part, right? Once you have solved more than half of the paper, you are already confident that you will score at least this minimum number of marks. Then you can easily attempt the remaining parts, right?